Okay, so for starters, if you just want to talk about the team gunning out a win and just finding out a way to pull out the victory tonight.
In a lot of ways, it was kind of an ugly game. Two actually good, 3-point shooting teams. I think our philosophy is pretty much the same. You try to drive and score in the paint. If help side steps over, you kick out to shooters. Neither team shot the ball very well from the three-point line, so we had to figure out how to, get point production in other ways. We've figured out, this season that a great way to score is get the ball into Meredith. I think she's doing a really good job, I think, making decisions on shots. She took 15 shots today, and one was ill-advised. I mean, she makes really good decisions, and I think her teammates understand, she's not going to be selfish with it. If she doesn't have a good shot, she's going to kick it back out, repost, and so, just really getting the ball into her, collapse the defense collapse the defense. We got some good things out of it when we got the ball to her.
Kind of on that note, on the night when maybe the shot isn't falling the way you would like, talk about being able to find different ways to score and kind of that offense, being flexible and finding other ways to generate offense.
Yeah, we talk a lot about getting the ball in the paint. We get high percentage shots in there. We put ourselves in a position to get fouled in the paint. And so that was kind of the conversation the whole game. It was like, we got to get paint balls. Either pass it into the post that are posting up, or we've got to beat our girl off the bounce and get the ball in the paint.
Emma's rebounding seems to be kind of on the uptick between this game and the last. What have you seen out of her and how she's kind of aiding the team both offensively and defensively in that way?
She really has a nose for the ball. She's, probably the strongest, toughest kid on our team, and she's not going to avoid contact. She's going to be blocking out on the offensive end. She's pursuing offensive rebounds, and it really, like you mentioned, the last game was great. This one, just being very consistent and intentional about going after rebounds, is paying off for her.
You touched on it earlier, but the high efficiency that Meredith seems to be scoring with, her shooting percentage, what do you think has led to that, both in terms of finding good shots, like you mentioned, but also getting them to fall as well?
Yeah, I think she just is playing with a lot of confidence. She puts in a lot of work on her own and understands that she's got to chin in check and take what the defense gives her, and she's just making a lot of good decisions right now.
What do the next kind of 12, 18 hours look like for y'all with this quick turnaround, prepping for an entirely new opponent tomorrow? How do y'all prepare and just kind of be ready to go tomorrow?
Yeah, our players already have the scouting report, just based on, all the games they've played up until this point, and so they're free to go eat dinner, hang out with their families. I think everybody had family here tonight. We had a great crowd of friends and family that came. But what we told them is study your scouting report and get to bed early after you eat a good dinner, and we'll get started in the morning about 9 o'clock.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So for starters, if you just want to talk about gunning out that win and just kind of finding a way to come away with a victory tonight.
Yeah, we had a slow start, and our biggest thing that we were talking about to fix it was our energy. So I think having to change and bring energy on the floor, and whether that's offensive rebounds or defense, because we feel like defense translates into offense. And so just kind of having to play off of each other and each other's energy.
When you see the shot not necessarily falling from deep tonight, how does that change your approach at all? Maybe I know you're kind of used to scoring into paint as is, but do you have to change anything on your end when that happens?
I think just keep kind of playing my game, and I know that if I can score more, it opens up for them, and so I don't force on my end, and so if I get doubled, then I still have trust in them to make it.
You've done a really good job this season at scoring at a high efficiency. Talk about finding those shots and not just finding them, but also getting them to drop too. What has kind of contributed to that high shooting percentage you've got this year?
Yeah, I would say just practice, in practice, and extra work outside of practice has given me the confidence of I've put in the work, and so I know I can shoot like that, and just again, like I said, not forcing anything. That's not a good shot.
Talk about this quick turnaround and what y'all need to do tonight to prepare for tomorrow, and just kind of getting ready on such a short notice for a game the next day.
Yeah, Emma said it well, but flushing it, and we had a win, great, celebrate, move on, and focus for the next game ahead. And so she said, we're getting up early, and we'll have scout, and just kind of preparing for our game quick.
Awesome. So for starters, if you just want to talk about kind of gutting out a win out there and just finding a way to win.
Right. So obviously our shot wasn't falling as much, but I feel like that led us to focus on getting the ball in the paint, getting it to Mare. She had a great game. So I feel like that was our mentality, and just wanting it more, dogging it out, getting it done.
Yeah. Like you mentioned, shot wasn't necessarily falling. Talk about kind of finding different ways to score and kind of adapting to what they gave you, and then, finding other ways to get that offense.
Right. I feel like going into it, your mindset has to be, what's another way I can contribute to my team? So shots weren't falling, so you have to go rebound, you have to make the hustle play, you got to get the ball stopped. I mean, it's a team effort, and I think everyone does a great job of doing that.
Your rebounding feels like it's kind of been on the uptick lately between this game and the last. What has been working for you in the paint and just kind of bringing down those boards?
I feel like it's more my teammates. They're getting their job done, and they may not be getting the rebound, but they're creating a way for me to get the rebound. They're blocking out their girls so I can have that C to go get mine. So I give credit to them.
Talk about this quick turnaround, back-to-back days with games. What does this night look like for y'all kind of in prepping for tomorrow, and how do you just kind of come out and be your best self tomorrow?
Right. It's really good that we're at home. We get to utilize the training room, our trainer, and sleeping in our own bed. That's a big key in it. I feel like we got to get up early, do a little bit of scout, walk through, but just purging this game, letting it go, and then focusing on the next one.
Awesome. Thank you so much.